So what is the cost of living and the job market like in Fredericksburg, Virginia? Hi, I'm Sean Derrick, your local real estate agent. I'm also an investment coach and a pastor, though I love helping people just like you relocate to Northern Virginia. So if you would, before I forget to ask and potentially you forget to do it, do you mind subscribing to this channel so that you don't miss out on our weekly value drops all about Northern Virginia real estate and at times some real estate investment tips. Fredericksburg is this cool historic city, which really just means it has a whole lot of character, but it's also located in the Northern Virginia region of the state of Virginia, which the locals will call Nova, right, for Northern Virginia. But I guess if you really want to get confused, Fredericksburg itself is the most southern town of Northern Virginia. So it's kind of like Sonova. But nobody actually calls it that, okay? But people do call Fredericksburg the Burg. So if you call it the Burg, you are in good company. Fredericksburg is often considered a commuter town because it's right between Washington, D.C. and Richmond. Now, people are willing to commute to work because of the cost of living. The cost of living in Fredericksburg is slightly higher than the national average, but it is still considered an affordable area, primarily when you compare it to like the major cities of Virginia. Let me give you maybe a feel for this. Look at this map of Northern Virginia. So the average housing cost in Northern Virginia, let's look at this. You have Arlington County, which is $764,000 is the average housing cost. And that's right next to DC. And then you have Loudoun County, which is $738,000 average cost. You then move and you see Fairfax County. The average is $730,000. You then have Fauquier County, which is $560,000. And then you move and you see Prince William County at $537,000. And Stafford County is $506,000, and Fredericksburg is $460,000. So that is a $300,000 difference between Arlington, which is just 50 miles away from Fredericksburg. So you can see why people are willing to commute 50 miles to work to save $300,000. Now the rent is also a little bit lower in the Fredericksburg area. The average rental rate for like a 3-bedroom home, let's think in Arlington for a moment, is around $3,600 a month. In Fredericksburg, that 3-bedroom home is about $2,000 a month. That's the rental rate. Now, if you then bump up to a 4-bedroom home, it's about $2,500 a month, and then 5+ bedrooms is around $3,000 a month. Though, if you like the idea of maybe apartments, there's tons of apartments in the Fredericksburg area, and those are going to range kind of between, maybe on average, around $1,800 a month. And again, remember, I'm talking about average here to kind of give you a feel. You know, the other living expenses like utilities, groceries, transportation, they are also slightly higher than the national average. Though, I guess when you think about the average monthly utility bill for like a 1,000 square foot home or apartment, it's around $175. You know, that's really not too bad. I think it's very sustainable. Though the average cost of gas in the area is around $3.10 a gallon at the moment. You and I know that fluctuates a ton. So if you're watching this, just know I am in the month of March of 2023 right now. Okay, so we'll see how that continues to hopefully lower. But here is really what is cool. The healthcare costs in Fredericksburg are actually relatively low. Healthcare expenses are 6.8% lower, to be exact, than the national average. And then I think the last thing I'll mention is that the sales tax is actually a bit lower than in Fredericksburg. It's at 5.3%, which makes shopping in the Fredericksburg area very attractive for a lot of folks. So overall, Fredericksburg may be slightly more expensive than some other rural cities in Virginia, although it is still offering a relatively affordable cost of living when you compare it to many cities in Virginia. All right, so let's talk job market. What's the job market like in Fredericksburg? The job market is very diverse, which is really neat. Some of the major employers in the area are healthcare providers and government agencies and educational institutions. So the healthcare industry, it definitely is one of the biggest employers in Fredericksburg, with Mary Washington Healthcare being actually the largest employer in the region. But there's also a lot of other healthcare providers like hospitals in the area that provide a pretty wide range of employment opportunities. The federal government is a significant employer, okay, in Fredericksburg. Not shocking to anybody. But we have National Park Service. Right here locally, we have Department of Defense, we have Homeland Security. These are all pretty big presence in the area. And then lastly, I mentioned the education. The education industry really does have a lot going for it here. So of course there's the University of Washington, which is really big, the Germanna College, Fredericksburg City Public Schools. In the Fredericksburg area, you have a variety of private schools, which are all, of course, providing an employment opportunity for a lot of folks. And then, outside of the three major industries, Fredericksburg is kind of a hopping place for retail and hospitality. You see this with the growing shopping centers and the hotels, the ballparks, the convention centers that are all moving to the area. And I think because retail has such a great space to govern, to kind of run here in the area, it's allowed a lot of startups and small business opportunities to be able to succeed. But overall, the job market in Fredericksburg is very competitive, and the good news is it's expanding. When you move into a new area, I totally understand how important it is to move into the right area. So while I do hope that this video was helpful for you, please know that I'm here for you. I would love to be able to continue to help you as you consider the right area. So don't hesitate to set up a call. So if you look down into the description, you'll see my phone number, my email. Shoot me a text, give me an email. Let's set up a time to chat. Whatever I can do to serve you, please don't hesitate to reach out. But until then, God bless.